We have finally automated the Ficsmas Wonder Star, albeit only one per minute. However, it left me wondering, is it possible to build a blueprint that will allow you to build Ficsmas Wonder Stars in a single click? And the answer, surprisingly, was yes. Albeit at a very slow 0.25 stars per minute. But hey, it's only a couple of clicks away from 1 per minute. And for this factory, we will be using overclocking. We need 3 power shards in total. And also you're going to be required to bring in 11.25 iron ore per minute and 7.5 copper per minute. So let's break it down, but first I will mention that all of these blueprints are available on my Patreon page, but I am going to show you how to build this. Let's get started. The first thing that you're going to want to do is place down 1 meter foundations across the whole 4x4 grid. Next, grab your conveyor wall. We're going to have 1 in the top left-hand corner, 1 in the next one from there, and then also in the bottom of this column. This is where your stars will come out. This is where your copper will go in, and the top left will be where your iron comes in. Though we're not going to place this here, I want you to see this as a reference point. There is going to be an elevator heading straight from both of these up to the next floor. And speaking of the next floor, this is the height that you need for the next floor. This is where the conveyor elevator hole will be. We'll cover that in a moment. We will now place our Ficsmas gift trees. For this, we have 3 Ficsmas gift trees. The first 2 are going to be facing the top of the build in the bottom right-hand corner and the bottom of the 3rd column. And in the 2nd column, we're actually going to place this one facing the left of our build. This will all become apparent shortly. Next, let's grab our first of 3 assemblers. Now we're going to place this one. If we find the center section here, we're going to place it 2 to the right, like so. Then we're going to bring it down 1. This is the position that you need for this one. It gives you enough space for your elevator to go up without clipping. We're then going to run a Mark 1 belt, however you like, all the way to the out section. This is going to be producing Ficsmas Wonder Stars, and it's going to run at 25% clock speed. Next, we're going to have to add the assembler for the Ficsmas decorations. For this, you're going to find the center box here, and then we're going to just bring it down 1, like so. We can then run our Mark 1 belt into this, and this one's going to be producing the Ficsmas decorations, and if you remember rightly, we need 1.25 per minute, so we can underclock this to a total of 62.5% clock speed. Now, in order to produce these decorations, we do need the 3.75 Ficsmas ornament bundles per minute. So for this, we're going to place this alongside it, and then just 1 single place to the right. From here, we can grab our Mark 1 belt again, run this along and straight into the assembler, and here we will produce our Ficsmas ornament bundle, and we needed, was it 3.75? Let's just check. Yeah, perfect. The next thing that we need to worry about is where we get our candy canes from. This will be done from an elevator located in front of here. So we'll have a single belt flowing into this. We're also going to have 2 more elevators here, which are going to bring the Ficsmas ornaments down. And there will be another one coming down just here with the Ficsmas branches. So with that out the way, let's build the next floor. As mentioned, the next floor starts at a total of 11 meters high. So 3 basic walls that are 1 meter and then 2 4 meter. And here we're going to be running, once again, 1 meter foundations all the way across. At this point, you will have space in the bottom 3 columns. Column 2, 3, and 4. This is where the Ficsmas trees are, and you'll also want to keep the second column and second row free. What we're going to do here is add a half foundation. And this is going to be where we have our walkway down to the next level. So if you want to find out the right positioning, you're just going to have to place a half foundation and another half foundation so that we've got one corner free. And then you're going to run the catwalk stairs down from there all the way to the bottom. We're then going to add our next walls. I've already started here. You can see that on this floor, we have one wall all the way around. And then, depending on the direction of the Ficsmas gift tree, we have a conveyor wall hole just at the top. This is where your Ficsmas gifts are going to enter the build. So we have one facing the left hand first column. Then we have two directly in front of the two Ficsmas trees in the third and fourth column. Now we're going to have two constructors. The first one directly in front of the third column elevator, and the second one directly in front of the fourth column elevator. I'll also add the floor logistic holes here. So the first one's directly in front of this constructor and just 1 point in front of the middle mark. And then the second one, this is going to be for the candy canes. We're going to want to run this from here, which is in the middle, right at the top. Next, grab your elevators, mark 1 lifts here. And we're going to make sure that these are facing the right direction. We'll run a mark 1 belt for both of them. And we're hugging the same line. This just keeps it clean in the center for us. This one will be producing candy canes at 5 per minute at 100% clock speed. And this one will be producing the Ficsmas tree branches, producing 9.35 branches per minute. So it's a slight underclock. We then have 2 more holes that we need to be aware of. The first one is going to be placed in this second column in the third row. And it's from the center, 1 to the right and 1 to the bottom. We're then going to have a space for an elevator in between with another one just at the top section of this. For this video, I'm not going to worry about showing how I do the decor or the lighting on the inside, but you will want to light them if you are using Lumen. And you're going to take your Mark 1 elevator all the way down, feeding into this assembler. This is where your bundles for the ornaments are going to be coming from. And you can see that we also have our conveyor in the top here, bringing the candy canes down. And this will run into the Ficsmas star. And then finally we have the Ficsmas branches heading straight into the Ficsmas decoration assembler. Oh, you do not need a power shard for that. I don't know why I did that. The walls for this top section are going to be 8 meters high, followed by a 1 meter high wall. This is where the next floor is going to be. And the last things to do here are, first off, we're going to add a walkway along to here. Then we're going to take it up with catwalk stairs and run this all the way to the end. And then I think it's actually here. From here, we're going to run our walkway up to here. We're going to do a little bit of magic here so that these 2 levels join. So for that, we're going to want to use a half foundation. And as you can see, we can snap this so it's halfway through here. The last thing to do for this is to take this elevator here. We're going to grab a splitter. This is going to split the Ficsmas gifts from this tree between another, just place this here, conveyor elevator here, which is, you'll notice, in the center. It's the same with this one, and there's also going to be another one here, and this one. With these as reference, you're going to want to also place your other conveyor lift holes here, and we're going to bring our iron all the way up from the floor below, straight up into this one, and our copper all the way up into this one. We'll also bring Ficsmas gifts from the splitter up, and the same here. And we're splitting it evenly between these two. There's actually a slight excess in Ficsmas gift trees, but I won't Ficsmas gifts, but I won't worry too much about that. The next floor is solely dedicated to producing the Ficsmas ornaments. So for this, we're going to make sure that we fill out this section with our foundations. They're the 1 meter ones once again. And you can place one in this corner here, and then here you can add a half foundation across these two, and also our walkway. You can choose how to do this. I've actually done something like clipping these together. In fact, I think this one's down there, but it's the same thing. From here, we have our walls. You can do this how you want, but we'll just make a basic box for now. And we're going to place our smelters directly in front of each of these holes. From here, we have our iron ingots in the top row, and this is going to be underclocked to 11.2, sorry, not 11.25. We're going to be producing 11.25 iron ingots per minute, which is 37.5% clock speed. On the row just below that, the third row, we're going to be producing the blue Ficsmas baubles. These are going to need to be overclocked to 11.25 per minute. So this is where the first overclocking comes in. And then to the right of this one, in the second row, we're going to be producing the copper ingots. We're going to need a total of 7.5 copper ingots for this one, which I believe is 25%, yeah, clock speed. The smelter in the first row, the bottom lower corner, is going to be producing the red Ficsmas ornaments at 150% clock speed, which is 7.5 per minute. We're then going to combine the red Ficsmas ornaments with the copper ingots in a foundry, and we're going to place this so that it's in line with the what would be the fourth column edge. And we're also going to do the same with the iron and the blue Ficsmas ornaments, making sure that it's placed in the center with its edge, output edge, along the edge of the fourth column. From here, we will add the input lines. You can do this how you want. You can run them directly if you want, but I think this looks slightly cleaner. And then we're going to be producing the iron Ficsmas ornaments at 3.75 per minute, which is 75 clock speed. And we'll do the same here with the copper Ficsmas ornaments at producing 3.75 per minute, another 75% clock speed. From here, you're going to want to add your floor hole, which, if you remember rightly, is in the center here, and then across one and down one. And then the second one is one space apart below. We'll then run a Mark 1 conveyor all the way across both of these. This one, unfortunately, cannot run here. So what I've done is I've run it around in this section and have it run directly into the elevator here. Depending on where you place your walkway, you should be able to walk through that without any issue. And I've added some fencing around the side using the barrier, which you can see doesn't clip through, just so that it looks a little bit cleaner. The last thing to do is just to make sure that all of these are set up so that they're receiving their resources. And then you need to add power. I'm not going to show you how I've done that. It's just running cables around the area. But once you've done that, you'll be able to produce 0.25 Ficsmas stars per minute, and you can decorate this how you want. I'll just show you quickly inside. You can see how we've done this. Unfortunately, there is a little bit of clipping with the Ficsmas trees. But inside we have added some lighting to keep it bright in here. And then as we go up, you can see this is all open. We have our power run through ceiling joints. Then up here we have a roof with tarmac and glass, as well as some beams for lighting. It's super clean, really simple to do, and it allows us to produce those Ficsmas Wonder Stars without having to worry about anything. We can just let it tick over, and then once we have enough, unlock the last tier. So guys, I hope you found this helpful. If you did, hit the thumbs up, and if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. And special thanks does go to all of our amazing supporters on Patreon, most notably our Solarclipse patrons, James Irwin and Firefless, as well as our Lunas, the Calamity, Ben Star, and That Dude AW, as well as our Blood Moon of the day, which today is Papa Snoozy. Until next time, ciao for now.